It's the big team in mountain renovation today, watch out. And yes, there was a real need because on the balcony there's a 400-kilo beam.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
The big beams are for Julie. What's going on, Julie? Julie from Winter Activity, Solan from Winter Activity, and there he is, Winter's last friend. Here's the basic idea. Lift with the winch, slide down the ladder, thread. The hardest part of teamwork is choosing the team. But I'm well surrounded here. I think we're going to be okay. Come on, we believe.
Did Mika wear underwear?
This is Helly Hansen clothing. Look, they sent me safety shoes and construction suits.
Seriously?
Come on! Rather on this side.
That way, the less. Should we listen to Sophie when she says to herself, she'll come on her own, eh?
She'll come by herself. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. I'd planned on half an hour, but it took us 2 hours.
If it had been higher, I would have... But no, look, it won't fit. But what?
It's okay, there was nothing on it.
It's not for nothing. Yeah, well, we do things right, we try.
It's a good thing we got a monkey on the team.
Okay, yes, because the winch holds it a little to the left too. So, can you shift it to the right and get it through there?
This man carries the beam all by himself. And the others are watching. Yeah, it's so funny.
Go to...
I think that if I put my...
In the words of 20th century philosopher Clara M., we're wide.
Yes, thank you, Arno. Go.
You're welcome.
Mountain Renovation thanks you, and we thank you all for your support. Bricole Picole. New Bricole Picole renovation channel, it's Arnaud.
We're looking for a sponsor.
After that, I worked on the floor to secure the braces and stabilize everything before moving on to the big beam. Now I know I didn't do things exactly right with the spacers. I put 2 screws across the top to hold it all together.
And it'll hold, and it's holding, and so are you. Thank you all so much. There are 25,000 of us on this channel. It's simply incredible to see more and more comments on the videos and to see that there's a real passion for this adventure. I assure you that I'm going to make an effort to answer all your questions in an FAQ as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm still working on salvaging materials to create the spaces from the old floorboards I removed during dismantling. And by the way, for the record, it's not necessarily the structural work that costs the most. This part just hurts my back a bit. If it's not a pain in the ass, I don't know what's worse. Because when you see tiles at 50 euros a square meter,
Over the past few days, I've noticed that dry beams are causing fungus to form. In fact, it's the wood itself that's releasing moisture, creating an environment conducive to fungus. And they're everywhere. It's the fact of having...
I almost broke my head. That's because I bought cheap lumber from a sawmill, but it wasn't dry. That's why I use big spacers to lock it in place, so it doesn't work too hard when it dries. Oh, those are worms. I've got worms in a beam. That's not cool. Oh no, that's not great, and a decision had to be made. It's either them or me, not both. So today, I have to sterilize my beams. I'm going to char the fungus with a blowtorch and then apply a fungicidal, insecticidal, curative and preventive treatment. That way I'll be in the clear. And if that's not enough, I've got a wire brush. There you go. Ah, this should be good. It's oyster mushroom. But no, it's not oyster mushroom. It's actually marula. Or marula. Grouper. It's fungus. It's toxic. It's bad and it attacks wood. It gives a little aged look that's not bad. After that, a little brushing and it's peccable. Granted, normally you'd have to have this done by professionals, but at some point, aren't you just as well served by yourself? And it's a hell of a lot cheaper. €4.50 for a wire brush, who can beat that? And it can make beautiful patterns. Look, it's like a little zebra there on the wood. Yes, on the left, or on the right, or right. Here, a little mess. Ah well, it's a nice change. I still had to tidy up a bit before spraying this extremely toxic product. All that work treating the beams took me about a day, and it had to be done anyway, because the wood was really rough. It's really the wire brush finish that gives a really smooth finish and removes all the impurities caused by carbonization. Yeah, you're the carbonization. What's the matter with you? 5 minutes and the episode's still not over? God damn, that's a nice change. And come on, it uses products that aren't good for the environment. Well, bravo. And I'm going to spray this. During the treatment, insist loudly. 1212. Can you hear me? It's a termite alert. Watch out, termites. Get out of the way. I'm coming. Well, isn't that nice? Well, it's clear that the light wood beams are a little less bright now, but that's okay. It's cool all the same. Thank you all for following this adventure on the channel. 25,000 of us. I'm going to have a party. I think I'm going to have a little barbecue at home, indoors, in a few days. It's going to be so much fun. Not with everyone, but with my friends, the real ones, who come and help me out. Thanks to them, by the way. If you still like it so much, put a thumb towards the ridge. Tell me your questions in the comments. I'm really going to make an effort to do this FAQ next week as soon as I have 2 minutes. And thanks to all of you. There are so many of us. That's so cool. And if you love mushrooms too, subscribe. Whoa, Popo. Is there a storm or is there no storm?